This is section 3.5, part 2, and we are going to add and subtract matrices. So I've written here, I've got a little rule in red which is very important. Alright, so it says that matrices must have the same dimensions. Alright, so in order to add two matrices together or subtract them, the matrices have to have the same dimensions, which means they have to be the same size. So we've got our first problem here. Alright, and so we've got one matrix here, and the size of this matrix is 2 by 2. So we've got a 2 by 2 matrix, and we're going to add it to another 2 by 2. So because they're the same size, meaning they have the same number of rows by the same number of columns, alright, we will be able to add them, alright, because they must have the same dimensions. So when working with matrices, when adding and subtracting, it's like a bunch of addition problems in this case. So we're going to have 4 different addition problems. So I look at the 9, and I see the 9 is in the upper left-hand corner. So it needs to be in the upper left-hand corner when adding, and I'm going to add it to the number that's in the same place. So what's in the upper left-hand corner of the other matrix? Oh, well, that's a 1. So 9 plus 1 goes in the upper left-hand corner of my answer matrix, negative 9 plus 1. Then I'm going to look at the upper right-hand corner, and I see 0 plus 7. So that goes in the upper right-hand corner of the answer matrix. Lower left is 1 plus 10. And then lower right is 5 plus 2. So we can see we've got 4 different addition problems here with the one matrix problem. So negative 9 plus 1 gives me negative 8. 0 plus 7 gives me 7. 1 plus 10 is 11. 5 plus 2, well, that's 7. So my answer matrix here is negative 8, 7, 11, and 7. And that's your answer. Same thing goes with subtraction. The matrices must be the same dimensions. So always check your dimensions. We've got rows by columns. How many rows? 3 by 3. So the size of this matrix is a 3 by 3. Size of this matrix, 3 rows, 3 columns, also a 3 by 3. So if they're the same size, we can subtract them. So again, we want to keep them in the same place. So now let's do just a little bit of mental math. Upper left-hand corner, 0 minus 4 gives me negative 4. Negative 5 minus 1 gives me negative 6. 8 minus negative 1, you minus a negative, it changes to a positive, so like plus a positive. So 8 plus 1 is 9. We've got the first row. Now let's work with the second rows. 3 minus 9, that's negative 6. Negative 3 minus a negative 5, minus a negative is plus a positive, so negative 3 plus 5, positive 2. 6 minus 3, 3. 4 minus 5 is negative 1. 7 minus 8, that's negative 1. Negative 2 minus 1, it's negative 3. So 9 different subtraction problems in one, and we have the answer of negative 4, negative 6, 9, negative 6, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 1, negative 3. Let's take a look at a third problem. We've got a 2 by 2 matrix here. So we've got 0, negative 2, 1, and 3. And we're going to add it to this matrix. What's our answer? Well, as I said, we've got 2 rows, 2 columns. So it's rows by columns, or 2 by 2. What's the size of this matrix? We've got 2 rows, 1 column, so the size of this matrix is a 2 by 1. And we can see the dimensions are not the same. They must be exactly the same. So in this case, we can't add these two matrices together, so our answer would be no solution. So when you're trying to add or subtract matrices and you come across two matrices with different dimensions, your answer is simply no solution.